right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles who rule and teach well and peace, love, salutations, and many blessings to the men out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathan Yala from the GMS Camp Atlanta coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I'm praying and hope this lesson is edifying. This lesson is in regard to the new bill or the new executive order that was signed into law March 9th, 2022. And it goes into effect in December, bringing in the new calendar year of 2023. Now, what this is basically a conversion of paper currency to 100% digital money. Okay? So, yes, America's going digital. So, for those of you who are in the know, you know what that means. That means the CHIP is right around the corner because everything is done incrementally. First, they're going to get rid of all of the currencies, and then all of a sudden, it's going to be a whole bunch of fraud going on. And now they're going to need biometrics. They're going to need a biometric system to make sure that it's you, to buy or sell anything. And, now you have all of these people coming out with these stupid notions about what the actual mark of the beast is, and they always, they don't include two of the most important factors in this prophecy, and that's buying and selling. You have to be able to use this in order to buy or sell. If you don't have it, you cannot buy or sell. All right, which means that this is a medium of trade, a medium of exchange. You see, that's what this is. All right, this isn't a cell phone. This isn't an embargo. This isn't Christianity and all of these different things that everyone comes up with to try to say that this is what this is. Because all of us, for the most part, have partaken in those things. We all use cell phones, right? And I even use mine to buy and sell sometimes. Well, people sell stuff, they'll cash at me, and that's using that cell phone as a transaction. However, there's still alternative means of payment. I can still use my debit card to buy or sell. I can still use cash to buy or sell. You can use crypto to buy or sell. And none of these things are directly attached to you as a median of the only median of exchange. Okay. Now, when this system comes into play, this is going to be the only medium of exchange. You will not be able to participate in this system unless you have this. Okay, so before we get started, we're going to go to Daniel 8:25, and it says, "And through his policies he also shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many." Now, as we go through this, you're going to see words like sustainability, public welfare, or is done for the protection of the public is what they're going to allude to. So all of these things are matters of peace. We're going to protect you. We're going to keep you secure. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And these policies that he put in place, he's going to use as a means to make the people feel like this is the only way to secure your assets. This is the only way that the money that you have, you're going to be able to hold on to. All right. And it says, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. So in the end, when Yahweh Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to fight against against Yahweh Yahweh Shai and be destroyed by the power of the coming of the Lord. Okay, so we're going to go to this and read some of this article. And this is a fact sheet. President Biden to sign executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. Okay, now that sounds pretty good. You see how they're just wordsmiths. They know how to put words together to make them sound good. It says digital assets, including cryptocurrencies, have seen exploding growths in recent years. Surprisingly, a $13 trillion market cap last November, and up from $14 billion just 5 years prior. A survey suggests that around 16% of adult Americans, approximately 40 million people, have invested in traded or used cryptocurrencies. Over 100 currencies are exploring or piloting central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, a digital form of a country's sovereign currency. The rise in digital assets creates an opportunity to reinforce America's leadership in global financial systems and at the technological frontier, but also has sustainable implications for consumer protection. And that's what I was telling you about for the welfare of the people. This is how they try to spin it, but this is just for total totalitarian control. Okay? It says financial stability, national security, and climate risk. Well, what is that? What does national security and climate risk have to do with digital assets? They're digital. They don't leave any type of carbon footprint or anything like that, as they would say. It's digital. It exists inside of a fictional universe. Okay. These people, man. It says the United States must maintain technological leadership in its rapid growing space, supporting innovation while mitigating the risks for consumers, businesses, the border, financial system, and the climate. You see, this is just a United States ploy to try to stay ahead of all of the other currencies that are now converting, that are trying to get out the dollar. But it's too late for the United States, okay? All of the other currencies almost have their digital currency fully established. The United States is just now coming into being with that. But being that everything is already digital anyway, it may not take much to convert everything over. Okay? It says, and it must play a leading role in international engagements and global governance of digital assets consistent with democratic values and U.S. global competitiveness. So basically, United States wants to maintain its global dominance over currencies. Its global dominance, so period. So it needs to have this. It needs to be at the forefront of this, so that it can try to implement its digital dollar upon all the other nations. That's not going to happen. The other nations are done with America. Okay, they say a global competitiveness. The other nations ain't gonna have nothing to do with the United States. It says, that is why today President Biden will sign an executive order outlining the first ever whole government approach to addressing the risk and harnessing the potential benefits of digital assets and their underlying technologies. The order lays out a national policy for digital assets across 6 key priorities: consumer and investment protection, financial stability. Let's see, what was it? Illicit finance, U.S. leadership in global financial systems and economic competitiveness, financial inclusion, and responsible innovation. So this pretty much covers everything. And the words that they're using are buzzwords, but they're basically saying that we're going to this currency is going to apply to every industry. Okay? Every corner of the market, you're going to have to use this currency. All right? It says specific executive orders calls for measures to protect U.S. consumers, investors, and businesses. You see, by peace he shall destroy many. They always throw this out there. It's for your benefit. It's for your benefit. We're trying to protect you, right? But in the end, they end up taking all of the wealth from the poor and impoverishing the poor and becoming more oppressive. Every time they get into a position to where they get power, this is what they do. Where they get more power, they become even more oppressive. It says, by directing the Department of Treasury and other agencies partners to asset and developing policies, recommendations to address the implications of growing digital asset sector and change in financial markets for consumer, investors, businesses, and equitable economic growth. The order also encourages regulators to ensure sufficient oversight and safeguard against a systemic financial risk posed by digital assets. The protect U.S. and global financial stability, and mitigate systemic risks by encouraging the Financial Stability Oversight Council to identify and mitigate economic-wide, i.e., systemic financial risk posed by digital assets, to develop appropriate policies, recommendations to address any regulatory gaps. So that that's pretty much basically, as you read more, it's going into the different sectors of the economy that this is going to affect. All right, but it's here. It's here. So then, once they put forth the digital currency, you need a digital identifier. Okay, so you're gonna need a digital identifier. So they're gonna need that CHIP. All right, they didn't make it for nothing. They didn't make the CHIP for nothing. They made it so that they can implant it into your ass. All right, so we're gonna go to Revelation 18, and it says, because this is where we're at. This is what's about to happen right now. Okay, in the next few years. This is Revelation 18:2, and it says, and he cried with a mighty strong. He cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all of the nations have drank of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her. So, yeah, this is why all of the other nations are going to suffer and get their stake in slavery, just like Esau, Edom, because you all have participated in the oppression of the Israelites. You have all participated in this. You didn't realize what you were getting into because Esau, Edom had tricked you, but you are all protect and maybe y'all did realize. Some of y'all nations had inadvertently benefited from the from the slavery of the Israelites. But most of you nations out there knew exactly what y'all were doing. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, whether or not you benefited directly or indirectly from the Israelites, you're still going to get punished for it because you didn't make note of where that shit came from and who labored for it. Okay, like you made no account of their labors. Everybody in the world has benefited from the labor of Israelites. All of the inventions that came out of Israel, all of the labor. I had somebody yesterday. I was Ubering, and I had somebody in the car, and we were talking about the wealth of America and America's colonialism, and he said, well, if America, I forgot the whole gist of the conversation, but basically he was saying that, if America didn't have the dollar, would it still had developed as quickly as it had? And I said, well, you got to think America had a head start because America had slavery. All right, so they had hundreds of years of free labor to give them a boost in the economy, give them a boost, and put them ahead of all of the other nations because they had hundreds of years of free forced labor. No other nation really had that, like America. Of course, you had slavery in the past, but nobody did it like these white people did when they got theirs. Okay. So when all of y'all other nations start seeing how quickly America was coming up, y'all didn't really realize at the time that they were, enslaving the Israelites, but you still benefited from it. And then when you found out, you didn't do nothing about it, so you all got to get yours. You know what I'm saying? Because all of the other nations now are finding out exactly the truth about Jake. The truth about Jake is coming out in so many different ways. You're going to find out that the very first pope was a Jake. The very first pope was a Jake. You're going to find out that the Dark Ages, Jakes. You're going to find out all the inventions, the modern inventions that everyone so greatly benefit from today, Jakes. So all y'all other nations, y'all profited from, whether or not it been directly or indirectly, y'all profited from Jake. And when y'all found out Y'all didn't care, and then y'all still hate Jake for no reason. Okay, so yeah, y'all drank of that wine of the fornication of this devil, and you committed fornication with this devil. So you're gonna have to pay with this devil. Okay. And it says, all the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, that you not receive of her plagues. And that's the point right there. Okay? That's the point. Come out of her, my people. Don't fall into this trap with this digital currency, man. Don't be in the mind that you got to get the bag, okay? It's better to live a humble and modest life and serve the Lord and be content with that than to be wealthy and be rich in this world, okay? You know? So this beast system that this devil is creating, this C hip, this M to the A to the R to the K. He's about to implement this, man. It's right there. He's about to implement this. So now is the time to wake up out of sleep, man, and turn around and get out of this place mentally, man, spiritually, and to come and serve the Lord. Okay? I'm gonna finish off with 5 and 6 because this is gonna show you the consequence, right, of those who don't heed the warning. Verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached unto the heavens, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. So, who has more iniquity in America? Nobody. No other country that had ever lived has done as dirty as America. I mean, the Lord is likening Babylon the Great on the Sodom, Egypt, and Rome. 3 of the most wickedest kingdoms that have ever existed. The Lord is likening this country to all 3 combined. So much so that the sins have reached up to the heavens. And the Lord has remembered the iniquities of America. This is why, it's crazy that you have conversations with people in these Uber rides. And, one of the people that I was talking to, we were speaking in regard to America, and I said, there's an old saying that what goes around comes around. You heard that, or karma? And they'd be like, yeah, we heard it. And I said, so if America had engaged in slavery, child trafficking, murder, war, drugs, and we just go down the list, I said, what do you think America's gonna reap in the end? And their mind they never think about those things. They never think that, so whatever a man soweth, that shall he reap. And that goes for nations too. And the first thing they say is, oh my gosh, yes, America's doomed, man. America's doomed. America ain't coming back. America's done, man. And America not. And once this digital currency goes into fruition, you're going to see things start to happen a lot more rapidly. Things are going to happen a lot faster once that digital currency comes into play. There's going to be problem after problem after problem for America. Okay? Verse 6, it says, reward her even as she had rewarded you, and unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled, fill to her double. You see that? So America's going to get double what they gave us. And then they're going to get done away with completely. All right. So and who is that talking about? Fill to her double. Those are the Israelites. We're gonna pay her back the same way that this devil has done us. We're gonna do them back. After the Lord come back and do His work, we're gonna come back and do our work. Okay. And you're gonna drink of that cup. All right. So I'm gonna grab this last precept just to close out on this. Revelation 13, and it says 13 and 16, He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell buy or sell. This is a key point. Buy or sell. It says you will not be able to buy or sell unless you have it. So it's not a cell phone. Okay. It is a mark, charagma, charax, an impelling object. Okay. It is going to go under the skin. It is what it is, man. You don't have to believe it, but when it happens, it's going to be too late for your ass. All right. Save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and 666. Okay. So yeah. So America is now bringing forth the digital dollar, which they already had in the works years ago. I did a video a year and a half ago about them considering the digital dollar. Now they've collapsed the dollar enough to where they actually can bring it forth, because now inflation is so high that the people are begging for some type of relief. So when the dollar completely collapses and inflation becomes excruciatingly high, people are going to be begging for this digital currency to come into play. This is why they're bringing it out in 2023, because Bank of America had announced that there's going to be a major halt in the U.S. economy in the first quarter of 2023, first and second quarter in 2023. Okay, so this is going to be a perfect time to introduce a new currency that people can use to buy and sell things. And then when that becomes the only medium of exchange and you control that, then guess what? CHIP. So with that, I pray this is an edifying lesson. I'm going to end it off by giving all praise going honor to Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostle, great millstone, to the next time, Shalom.